So I know that it's stats time, so everybody else is putting out their stats, and it's like a percentage here and a percentage there, and who cares? Let's turn these stats into stories. Let's find out the real what's going on in and around the greater Edmonton area. That's exactly what we do here at Hack & Company at RE/MAX River City. It's probably why we are the highest rated and reviewed real estate team on rankmyagent.com, the verified review service in the greater Edmonton area. And I also want to draw your attention to two more things. One, if you know somebody in financial hardship, check out our trusted expert list. We're going to have a special guest talking about debt consolidation and the other things that you can do as a solutions to whatever's bothering you. It could be that your income's been interrupted, or maybe you know somebody who's experiencing financial uncertainty. We're going to have Andrea Sarek from Debt Solutions 24/7 in to talk a little bit more about that and maybe give you some of that relief that you need. And in addition, block your schedules for February 23rd. We are doing a virtual buyer event. If you want to know how to approach 2021, if you want to talk a little bit about where the opportunities are going to be in our turbulent market, we're going to not only have all the Hack & Company teammates there, we're also going to have a whole bunch of trusted experts. We're getting confirmations right now. I'm super excited to have a few people to narrow it down for you. My name is Taylor. This is Hack & Company at RE/MAX River City. And if you like content like this, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell so we'll let you know when the next thing's up. Cheers. Well, we get a lot of people that are asking us what's hot, what's not, and we break it down here on Market Stats. So welcome to the hot and cold list. My name is Taylor. This is Hack & Company at RE/MAX River City. And when you're talking about what's hot and what's not, one of the ways to look at that is geography. So we're going to break it down between the east and the west, which is weird because normally in Edmonton, we're talking the north and the south. But when we take a look at December in ending off in 2020, heading in to the shutdown, what we saw was basically that there was way more demand in the east of Edmonton than there was in the west of Edmonton, and there's some stacking inventory out there that's really skewing the numbers. So what makes it hot? Well, from what we can tell from the outside, there's generally a lower price point throughout the east, and that is getting some action. One of the biggest demographics that defined 2020 was the families that were looking for more space because everything happens at home now. They need a little bit more characteristics, and they're willing to settle for lower location value, which is what the East is known for. In fact, one of the most affordable places out there is in the Northeast. And that's something that we consider driving traffic along with those interest rates. So if you're considering whether or not your property might be hot or might be not, it could be just where it is. And if you are in the east part of the city right now, you probably got a smile on your face. My name is Taylor, and this is the Hot List. I'm with Hack & Company at RE/MAX River City, and I hope you're doing awesome. Cheers. Well, if it's not hot, by contrast, it's cold, right? So when we take a look at east versus west and see where the defining points are, it's actually the west that's challenging. And really, when it comes to the seller environments, southwest particularly has a lot of inventory and not as much draw right now. What's driving these forces? Well, it's kind of tough to tell from the outside, but it looks like the east side of Edmonton is outpricing the west side, and that there may be a few less buyers in a segment right at the edge of luxury. So what we noticed throughout 2020 in general was that there was price points that had some gaps, and it seems to be that there's a gap as you kind of head towards that twice the average price. So in that 600-700 range, there are some challenges. Meanwhile, we hear great things from luxury, but when you take a look in general, what you'll see is that even though the days on market are very similar between East Edmonton and West Edmonton right now, and I know that we traditionally don't talk this way. We talk North Edmonton versus South Edmonton, but I'm just letting the statistics speak for themselves. If you are a seller, you are going to have better options at finding a buyer in the east of Edmonton right now, so that's great if that's where you are. Now, if you're in the west, it's a little bit colder. And that's going to maybe change a little bit of your strategy, like understanding that you would have to play it a little bit closer to list price, meaning price yourself very well to stand out against that competition. That would be some of the plays that we're expecting to happen to kind of equalize that advantage that's being given, drawing people to lower cost inventory as families mostly are seeking to find a little bit more space. I hope that gives an insight into a little bit of how we break down real estate. My name is Taylor. This is Hack & Company at RE/MAX River City. And the east is warm, and the west, a little cold.
All markets are measured using supply and demand, and in real estate, we look at supply and demand as months of inventory. This is Anthony with Hack & Company at RE/MAX River City. And when we're looking at the Edmonton real estate market for the last month, we're looking at a market that is way hotter than it has been at this time last year. What we were looking at last year at this time was about 7 months of inventory, which is very heavily leaning towards a buyer advantage. And right now it's sitting at about 4.5, which is just about 1 point up from where it was this time last month. Now, what that means for everybody that might be listening is that this market is still leaning towards the buyer's market, but we are really close to being balanced. So what we're seeing is that there's low interest rates, there's low demand for new properties. So what that means is there's just less inventory on the market. But what we know is that the stuff that's really hot in the marketplace is going really quickly because there's less inventory than we would typically see at this time of year. If you're a buyer that's currently looking to upgrade or buy your first home, all the stuff that would be considered the hot properties is going quick. So you've got to be working with an expert. You've got to have all your T's lined up. You've got to have everything ready to go, your pre-approval, and most importantly, using your pro tools to make sure that you don't miss out. If you are thinking about being a seller in this market, most people think about waiting till the spring, and we would actually recommend having a conversation now to see if it might be worth waiting or if we should get you listed sooner than later because of that low inventory right now. If you're looking to chat further about whether or not this is the time to buy or sell, please give us a shout. Cheers.
Days on market start on day 0 and move all the way through until the property is sold or no longer available on the market. I'm Kim Christensen with Hack & Company at RE/MAX River City. The average days on market for all residential property in Edmonton for the month of December was 54 days. Breaking that down, single detached homes, the average days on market for the month of December was 49 days. And in November, the month of November, for single detached homes, the average days on market was 47 days. And a year ago in December, the average days on market for single detached homes was 64 days. Moving down to condos. Condos for the month of December, the average days on market was 63 days. For the month of November for condos, average days on market was 58 days. And a year ago in December, average days on market for condos was 78 days. For duplexes and townhouses, for the month of December, average days on market was 54 days. November, for townhouses and duplexes, average days on market was 50 days. And a year ago in December for townhouses and duplexes, average days on market was 69 days. So overall, still looking really good. We're a little bit down from November, but we're still way up from last year in December. So that's really good for sellers. If you're a buyer looking at getting into a property, connect with your realtor. Make sure you're set up on that search so you don't miss out on those properties that are new to the market on day 0. They seem to be going fast and the inventory is a little bit down. So you want to make sure that you catch them on day 0 and don't miss out. If you're a seller, looking at putting your house up for sale, make sure that you connect with your realtor so they can give you a full market value and put your house on the market for market value there, so you can get the most for your home there and looking great for days on market. So connect with your realtor, make sure that you get all the information you can, beat that spring rush and get your home on the market. If you have any questions at all, let us know and we'd be happy to help. Instead of looking at the average sale price of a home like it's the average price that a buyer's paying for a property, look at it like it's the market's appetite for buying a home. I'm Kim Christensen with Hack & Company at RE/MAX River City. For the month of December, the average sale price for all residential property in Edmonton was $636,636. For the month of November, for all residential property in Edmonton, the average sale price was $382,060. And last year, 1 year ago in December, for all residential property in Edmonton, the average sale price of a home was $376,571. So breaking that down again, for single detached homes, the average sale price for December for residential property in Edmonton was $439,103. For the month of November, for single detached homes, average sale price was $442,854. And last year in December, a year ago, for single detached homes, the average sale price was $426,555. For condominiums, for the month of December in Edmonton, the average sale price of condos was $230,688. For the month of November, for condominiums, the average sale price was $231,608. And 1 year ago in December, for condominiums, the average sale price was $227,492. For duplexes and townhouses, for the month of December, the average sale price was $337,784. For the month of November, for duplexes and townhouses, the average sale price was $336,314. And for last year, 1 year ago in December, for duplexes and townhouses, the average sale price was $322,330. So overall, looking good. A little bit down in some areas from November, but still up from 1 year ago. So that's great for sellers. If you are a seller looking at getting into the market, now is a great time. You have less inventory on the market, so getting out there, market value, you have a great chance of selling and getting close to this price if it's a market value there on less days on the market as well. So if you're a buyer, just make sure you connect with your realtor, get set up on that search. Spring is coming around the corner, so you don't want to miss out on any properties that are coming up now, and moving forward we should see a lot more coming up. So connect with your realtor, get set up, and so you'll start getting those properties on day zero. If you have any questions, we're always here to help. Take care.
How likely are properties to sell in this market? My name is Anthony, and this is Hack & Company at RE/MAX River City. And what we look at when we're talking about how the likeliness to sell is what we call sales to new listing ratio. And this shows the relationship of new listings arriving on the market to properties that are leaving the market at successful rates. And really what this means is we're looking to see, if a new property comes on the market, what chance does it have to sell versus the stuff that's already been listed on the market for a while. And what we're seeing is month over month, just for the Q4 of 2020, is that properties are selling quickly. Okay, so the days on market, which you'll see in another video here, is going to expand on that a little bit more. But what we're seeing is the stuff that's new, move-in ready, is going quickly. So the hot stuff is moving really quick. So what you're going to want to know is that if you are a buyer, you've got to talk to us about getting ready. Make sure you've got your mortgage lined up, you've got your deposit ready to go, you've got everything that you need to be able to, pull the trigger on a deal if the right place comes up. Because if you miss it, it's going to be really hard to find that exact same property again. Anybody that might be considering selling, what you need to do is think about anything that a potential buyer might look as work in your new property, right? In the new property that they're thinking about buying. Because if there's anything that would be to-do lists, there's likely going to be something better that they might consider less painful, since they're going to be spending all this money with all the uncertainty in the world. So what we're seeing is that clients that are working with us right now, they are really attracted to the properties that are move-in ready, newly renovated, things like that. And buyers, you just got to be ready, because if you run into a hot property and you come across something that might be going into multiple offers, you got to have a strategy in place to make sure that you win. If you're looking for more information, don't hesitate to reach out. Cheers.
Well, thank you so much. We really love breaking the stats into stories. And if you want more information like this, you can contact us directly, or you can just hit that like, subscribe, or notification bell, and make sure that you know the next time that we're bringing you the most recent information from the greater Edmonton area. My name is Taylor. This is Hack & Company at RE/MAX River City. And you can reach us you can reach out to us anytime if you want help with real estate, but sometimes the help you need is not real estate. Especially this time of year, we know that there's some people that are experiencing financial uncertainty. Sometimes it's the paychecks aren't coming in like they were. And sometimes the decisions that we made at the time weren't necessarily the best decisions for now. Like the situation doesn't fit anymore. Well, it could be that you need some help, and if so, you should head over to the Trusted Expert list and dial up the debt consolidation companies. There's a few groups in there, including Debt Solutions 24/7. We're going to have Andrea Sarek here next week to talk a little bit about what help looks like for those families that feel like the payments are stacking up and maybe have a few people calling them that they wouldn't want to call them anymore. My name is Taylor. This is Hack & Company at RE/MAX River City, and I hope you're doing awesome. Cheers.